Hello, and welcome to Sassy Scrapbooking. In today's video tutorial, I am going to take you step by step through my process on how to create this 3D Christmas wreath card using the Cricut Design Space, the Cricut Explorer, Adobe Photoshop, and a graphic that I found on the internet. So let's get started. In Adobe Photoshop, I have already inserted the image that I have chosen for this tutorial. I'm going to print the image on my printer by going to File and then Print. Since the image I am going to print is not large and I don't see the need to waste my white cardstock paper, I am going into my printer settings in the Adobe Photoshop to adjust the size of the paper I am going to be printing my image on to 4 inches by 4 inches. Once the printer paper size has been adjusted, I am going to adjust my image size to 3 inches in height. Adobe Photoshop automatically adjusts the width size for me. Let's just print the image now. Now that my image has been printed, I am placing the 4x4 printed white cardstock at the 1 by 1 inch mark on the Cricut mat. I will explain why I am placing it here in just one moment. In the Cricut Design Space, I have inserted a circle from my images. The image that I printed from Photoshop has been printed at 3 inches in height, so the circle I want the Cricut Explorer to cut should be set to 4 inches in width and height. Let's press go. In the map preview screen, I am moving the cutout so that it is placed at the 1 by 1 inch mark in order to match the location of the printed white cardstock on the cutting mat. Back again, in the Cricut Design Space, I have inserted a banner image from the First Few Years cartridge. I am adjusting the banner width to 5 inches so that it slightly overlaps one of my card layers. I want to add a greeting to my banner, so I'm going to add text. I am going to the edit box, and under all fonts, I am going to choose Has a Writing Style. Then moving the text box over to the banner, I am going to make a few adjustments so that the text will fit the banner the way I want it to. I will need to ungroup the banner so that I can attach the text to the white portion of the banner. I need to make sure that I have adjusted the text layer so that it will sit on top of the banner before I click on the Attach icon in the Layers box. In the Preview Mat screen, I can ensure that all my layers are going to print and cut correctly before I hit Go. I am using a full sheet of red cardstock for my card. I am going to score a line at the 5.5 mark to create the actual card. I am then going to cut a piece of decorative cardstock to 5.25 inches by 8.25 inches and a second piece of red cardstock to 5 inches by 8 inches. These are going to be the layers that are going to go on top of my card. Once all my pieces are cut, I like to assemble everything together to see what the end result's going to look like. Next, I'm adhering the printed circle cutout to the red cardstock. This will be the top layer of the card. I am going to adhere the decorative cardstock to the red cardstock at this time. I found that it's easier to do it now rather than later when there is much more bulk on the top layer of cardstock. Now I can add my pine branches around the circle. I need to ensure that I glue just the end of the branch to the circle, not the entire branch, as I am going to want to fluff the branches out when I'm done. I cut these pine branches out on the Cricut Explorer in a previous video tutorial. If you don't have the Martha Stewart pine branch punch, which I don't, or you don't want to purchase it, which I don't, you can download the free SVG file from my website at www.sassys-scrapbooking.com. You can upload the SVG file into the Cricut Design Space and cut as many of the branches as you like on your Cricut Explorer, or if you're using a silhouette cutting machine. In my previous video tutorial, I had originally cut around 36 sets of pine branches in 3 shades of green, and even after this project, I still have quite a few left over for another project. Off camera, I have gone ahead and inked and completed the greeting banner. Now I am adding glue spots to the back of the banner just to give it a bit more dimension when it's added to the card. I am also adding glue spots to the top of my card before adding the top layers. Again, it's just to give it more of a pop-out effect. The last step to completing the card is to fluff the pine branches and add a little bit of bling. In this case, I am using a bit of red glitter glue on some of the branches, as well as the outer portion of the white circle cutout. I added a seasonal greeting on the inside of the card and used a bit of the decorative cardstock to complete the inside. Since this card is a bit thick for a regular envelope, I created a box with a window cutout as the card's carrier. At this point, I would like to take an additional moment of your time and thank you for watching my videos at Sassy Scrapbooking. Please subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos. I will continue to add new videos as my adventures with the Cricut Explorer continue. Bye for now.